at 11.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Erin Rogers. We begin with breaking news. It's been a wild 48 hours for the Carolina Panthers that has now led to the team being put up for sale. Todd Summers joins us now with more. Todd?
Erin, Friday night news broke that the Panthers were doing an internal investigation into owner Jerry Richardson in regards to workplace misconduct, with a lot of the details still being very vague. Sunday morning, we found out that the NFL was taking over that investigation, and then Sports Illustrated released a report that at least 4 former team employees received monetary settlements due to inappropriate workplace comments by Mr. Richardson. And he released a statement with this being the most important part in the comment. I believe that it is time to turn the franchise over to new ownership. Therefore, I will put the team up for sale at the conclusion of this NFL season, end quote. Mr. Richardson went on to say that the sale process will not begin until this season is complete. Obviously, this is huge news on several fronts, including the fact that Panthers training camp has been held in Spartanburg every year of the team's 23-year existence, and the franchise's contract to hold camp at Wofford runs through 2019. Erin?
All right, thank you, Todd. Well, power is slowly coming back on to some concourses at Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. A power outage earlier left passengers in the dark there and many others stranded in airports across the country. The FAA had to suspend outgoing flights, causing travel nightmares for thousands. Laura Podesta has the story.
It was the day the lights went out in Georgia. On Sunday, a power outage all but shut down Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport in Atlanta.
The lights flickered once. It was really scary, but we were like, hopefully nothing happens. And then they flickered again, and they didn't come back.
The outage began at around 1 in the afternoon. It soon led to all flights being canceled at the country's busiest airport. Thousands of stranded travelers were forced to wait, either in planes or in the darkened terminals. Many said they had no idea what was happening.
Well, at first I was like, gosh, what's going on? It could be weather. And then I noticed that they kept flickering and finally it went off. I was like, oh no, could be something way worse than just weather.
Officials say the outage was caused by an underground fire. As workers scrambled to fix the problem, the Federal Aviation Administration issued a ground stop, meaning no flights could depart for Atlanta. At Hartsfield-Jackson, as many as 100 planes were left sitting on the tarmac.
I apologize for the inconvenience.
By Sunday night, the delays and cancellations were already starting to impact other U.S. airports. Airlines are now bracing for a ripple effect that could continue into one of the busiest travel weeks of the year. Laura Podesta, CBS News, New York.
Hartsfield-Jackson Airport is scheduled to resume operations at midnight. The city of Atlanta says they will open the Georgia International Convention Center to give passengers who are stranded a place to stay. Georgia Power says a fire caused damage to an underground electrical facility that impacted substations serving the airport. No word yet on the cause of that fire. The outage at Atlanta's airport has also affected air travel at GSP. We stopped by GSP to see how things were going for passengers there. The airport tells 7 News some flights bound for Atlanta had to divert to GSP, and 4 Delta flights and 1 Southwest flight to Atlanta were canceled. And some flights tomorrow are canceled as well. GSP says check with your air carrier if you have any flights that take you to Atlanta. And we provided a link for you to check on your flight if it's going through GSP. Just look for this story on our website, WSPA.com. We're following breaking news tonight in Greenville. The Greenville County coroner says 1 person is dead after being hit by a vehicle. We're told this happened just after 8 tonight behind the Hamricks building off of Woodruff Road. The coroner's office still hasn't released an identity and is investigating. A teenager is fighting for her life tonight in a hospital after deputies say she was shot at least once. Officials with the Greenville County Sheriff's Office say this happened around 9:45 Saturday night at the Crestwood Forest Apartments. Today, friends and neighbors came together to pray for her recovery. 7 News reporter Katie Solt has the story.
I come outside, I see about 17 to 20 cars, blue lights flashing everywhere. I thought the first 48 had done came to Greenville, South Carolina.
The flashing lights and crime scene tape filled the quiet block of the Crestwood Forest Apartments Saturday night after deputies say a teenage girl was shot in an apartment.
I'm like, oh my God. I just couldn't believe it.
Zondanakwa Ransom has lived in the apartments for 20 years and says last night's shooting took place in the apartment directly below her.
Just to hear that the young lady was shot in the apartment up under me, I'm like, the devil just can't have this generation. He just can't. I'm not with it, and I'm not going to allow him to.
Sunday afternoon, friends and neighbors of the victim came together in a moment of prayer as the family waits for answers in a hospital when they should be getting ready for the holidays.
It's very hard at Christmas time because it's supposed to be the weeks, the days that we celebrate the love of Jesus, and now she is going to be she's facing a very sad situation.
Deputies say one man was taken into custody Saturday night, and as the investigation continues, friends and neighbors are praying for a full recovery for the young girl. In Greenville County, Katie Solt, 7 News.
We checked with the sheriff's office this evening. Deputies say there are no new updates in the case and the shooting is still under investigation. In Spartanburg, police say a body was discovered under this condemned house Saturday in the 500 block of Hughes Street. They say 2 workers found the body while trying to locate a sewage line under the building to prepare to be built for the building to be torn down. The Spartanburg County Coroner's Office says the body was 67-year-old Fidencid Espinosa of Spartanburg. They say they haven't found any relatives. The Coroner's Office and Spartanburg Police are investigating. Well, in Newberry, a boil water advisory has been lifted for residents in that city. The Sheriff's Office issued the advisory Saturday due to a major water main break. The city says public work crews made repairs and flushed the lines. They say tests showed the water is now safe to drink. Well, nearly 100 people came together today to protest someone targeting an upstate high school student using hateful and racist language. Wade Hampton High School student Ash Marie organized a rally that included other students and members of activism groups in the upstate. The protest came after someone spray painted this message on Bald Rock near Caesar's Head a few weeks ago, naming Ash Marie and calling her a curse word, followed by the N-word. The people who came out say they wanted to raise awareness and send a message that this isn't a community that supports hate in any form.
We wanted to come out here to protest hate speech and racism in Greenville and really call attention to it and say we don't stand for this.
At the end of the rally, people spelled out their hope going forward, which is to be a community without hate. The big vote for sweeping tax reform is set to happen this week. Hear what lawmakers are saying about the bill, those who support it and those who don't. And we've had a taste of it already, but winter is not far away. How one farmer in the upstate is bracing for the cold. As the deadline for the tax cut vote approaches, lawmakers are speaking out in a last-ditch effort to garner support either for or against the plan. Laura Podesta has a look at what they had to say.
Republican senators are broadcasting their support for the tax cut bill, saying there is no downside to the plan to decrease personal taxes and shrink the corporate tax rate.
This is something that's designed to be able to energize the economy. It should work.
This is good news for the American people. We're going to get the economy roaring back again and improve pay and increase jobs.
But Democrats and independents like Vermont's Bernie Sanders point out the tax breaks that benefit the middle class will expire in 2025.
Because the benefits for the middle class are temporary, while the corporate benefits are permanent. At the end of the decade, over half of the middle class will be paying more in taxes.
Also speaking on Face the Nation Sunday, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin said he has no doubt that the GOP-led Congress will pass the bill this week, and most Americans will see their take-home pay grow by early next year.
This is about hardworking families that are going to see, starting in February, tax cuts.
Though, as Republican Governor John Kasich of Ohio points out, that extra money will come at a cost.
I do believe that cutting taxes makes sense. My concern about this bill is the debt. And they did not do enough to be able to cover. This bill's not going to pay for itself. Everybody knows that.
At last count, the national debt was over $20 trillion. Laura Podesta, CBS News, New York.
The House is expected to vote on the bill first, followed by the Senate. The bill could be on the president's desk by the end of the year. Republican Senator John McCain's office says he's being treated for a viral infection and is responding well to treatment for brain cancer, but says McCain will miss the vote on the tax bill. We have an update to a story we told you about Friday night about a man who lost his leg in a motorcycle accident and then discovered his wheelchair was stolen. We told you Ben Humphreys of Simpsonville was dropping his stepdaughter off for school Friday morning when he realized his wheelchair was missing from the front of his home. We spoke to Humphreys today, who told us when he came back home this morning, he found his wheelchair sitting in front of his mailbox. He thinks it may have been dropped off in the middle of last night. Well, winter is right around the corner, and with that comes colder weather, which we've had a taste of already. Farmers and other types of workers here in the upstate are bracing for the cold winter months ahead. 7 News reporter Tobias Rodriguez tells us how.
The first day of winter is this Thursday, and that means temperatures may be dropping. But for people who work out here in these elements, they want to make sure that the winter weather doesn't stop their profits from going up.
This is the Little Market at Red Hill Orchard here in Spartanburg County. It is a family-run business that has been in operation for the past 10 years. Even though they have seen good business throughout the year, Danny Bruce, who runs this orchard, would like to see the business last through the winter. One of his main products is apples, but he has begun to add produce like pecans that will last through the cold winter months. One of the orchard's other issues is their market is not built to withstand cold weather. It only has fencing and a tin roof, which is no match for cold wind and snow.
And if we continue to do this, I'm going to have to add on and have somewhere where there would be heat and help protect the product.
And after winter is over, the Red Hill Orchard has plans to expand. They want to plant some peach trees right over here. Reporting in Spartanburg County, I'm Tobias Rodriguez, 7 News.
Well, it's a celebration of Hanukkah tonight in downtown Greenville. This is Hanukkah on Main, held at Noma Square. But because of the weather, it was moved inside to the nearby Hyatt Regency. About 100 people were there to enjoy the fun event, which included the lighting of the menorah by Mayor Knox White and lots of great food and fun for the kids.
Well, the weather was a bit gloomy today. A lot of cloud cover. Despite that, it was actually a little warmer than yesterday. Those clouds did produce a few raindrops. Rain amounts range from about a trace to a couple hundredths of an inch where we did see the rain. So wasn't a whole lot, wasn't expecting a whole lot. Well, the clouds are going to kind of stick around as we go through the night. And places where they do try to break, that may fill in with some fog. So we're talking partly to mostly cloudy skies and cool conditions overnight. But again, milder than the past couple nights. Here's what else you need to know. It's going to be warmer tomorrow. Warmer still Tuesday ahead of a system. It looks like it's going to bring some soaking rain for the middle part of the week. That could get heavy at times. And then we're watching next weekend. A lot of people traveling for that Christmas Day holiday. And a lot of traveling going on into this week, into the upcoming weekend. There's going to be the potential for rain in the southeast, but it's going to be warm enough where that is going to be rain. So if you've got regional travel, You're just going to have to slow down just a little bit. Live Doppler not showing a whole lot out there other than a couple little spotty areas where we've got a couple sprinkles. All this moisture is moving from west to east. This is going to linger a bit longer into the night where there's going to be a stray sprinkle or a patch or two of drizzle. There was actually a larger area of rain out to our west earlier today that really kind of dried up as it moved in. So all we ended up with was a couple hit and miss little areas of rain, and that was about it. And again, as I mentioned, didn't amount to a whole lot. Virtual Skycast for Spartanburg. Underneath the cloud cover, we're looking at a temperature of 46 degrees. That level of clouds, that layer of clouds, is going to act as a little bit of a blanket overnight. It's going to keep the warmth of the 50-degree highs we saw today down at the surface as opposed to radiating out into space, and that's going to mean our temperatures are going to be a little bit milder tonight. Lows dropping only into the lower 40s on average in the upstate. Some outlying areas and any place where we do get a couple breaks in the clouds could be a little cooler. 56 at lunchtime, 62 for the high tomorrow. 39 right now in Asheville. Will dip into the mid-30s. Again, a few spots are going to be a little chillier than that. 52 at lunchtime and up to about 60 for the high. We'll start tomorrow with some clouds. I think all of us will have at least the potential for a few breaks as the day wears on. Mid and upper 40s right now across the upstate. Upper 30s in the mountains outside of Brevard where we're still at 43. 49 right now in Greenville. 48 in Anderson. Not much of a wind out there. This is how much warmer we are than we were this time last night, and we're talking 10 to 12 degrees milder in some locations. So we'll wake up to lots of clouds tomorrow morning. I think those clouds will break some as we go through the day. We will be turning a little bit warmer. Mostly clear skies going into tomorrow night and early on Tuesday. Tuesday afternoon, dry and warm, maybe a couple upper-level clouds streaming in late. Rain out to the west. That's going to start to march through late Tuesday night and into Wednesday. In fact, our best chance of rain is going to be on Wednesday. And the forecast models continue to spit out a decent amount of rainfall for a large portion of the area, maybe an inch or two. All the forecast models are putting out a band of some heavier rain. This one's dropping it in the mountains. A couple of them are. A couple of them send it more towards the upstate. It depends on where this area of low pressure goes. If it lifts a little farther to the north, we end up with a heavier band in the mountains. If it moves farther south, it ends up in the upstate. Where that occurs, we could see an inch or two of rain at least. So the larger pattern here, warmer air building in to start the week, big ridge of high pressure in the southeastern part of the country. Going into Wednesday, we've got a little dip in the jet stream that crosses. That drives that system through here. That's where that rain's coming through. And then we're going to actually see a resurgence of the milder air going into the upcoming weekend. But we're keeping close tabs on a big trough of low pressure that's going to be developing out to the west. That as we get deeper into Christmas week, could send some much colder weather our way. We'll probably be talking about that in the days ahead, see if that comes to fruition. Lower 60s tomorrow with a little bit of clearing, some lower 40s early, upper 60s Tuesday. Can't rule out a few lower 70s in portions of the upstate. Then that system comes in with a good chance of rain on Wednesday. Some of that could become heavy at times. 59 for the high. Drying out and cooler Thursday, but close to normal for this time of year. And then we'll watch for a few showers over the weekend, depending on the timing of that next system. So not a washout quite yet, because that system may come through Saturday, may come through on Sunday. And in the mountains, we're looking at 64 tomorrow, 66 Tuesday. Then the rain moves in, and we cool off for the second half of the week. Starting to see a lot more ups and downs. It's going to be a much more active weather pattern here as we go through the next several days.
But there's warm weather in that. So
there's warm weather. It doesn't last long, but it's going to be unseasonably warm for a couple days.
Well, I'll take it. Thank you, Dan. Well, coming up in sports, Todd Summers will let us know what head coach Ron Rivera has to say about Jerry Richardson following